Right, so at the end of part one, we were taking the circlips off these because all these arms were seized up. That has actually just taken me about an hour and a half. In all my time in restoring, I've never struggled to get these pivot bolts out of these arms. Absolutely welded solid. Whew. So anyway, we got the circlips off. They were just rusted to bits, they just fell off. But the actual pivots were just like welded. Anyway, I've spent a load of time and now we've got all four arms. New circlips on. It's still a tad tight. It's not tight, but it's not as slack as I'd want it to be. But that's I've filed down the screws and trying to get as much off as I can. I mean, it isn't tight, but anyway, all four arms are done. Drive shafts are cleaned up. Drive cups. Not touched the steering arms yet. So I think the next step now is to get back onto the chassis and get it cleaned up. So let's crack on with that. So I've cleaned the chassis up, just got all the dust and crap off of it for now. The next stage we've got to sort of look at is this steering here, which is really tight. Now this just bolts down with two bolts and nuts on the inside of the chassis. But this rod and this little unit, this section here needs just to come out, taken apart and everything re-greased. So let's crack on with that now. Right, a lot more messing around, but we've got the steering nice and slack now. Just took everything off. I had to like get sort of surface rust off certain bits and then re-grease it, and it only just bolts through onto two bolts inside of the chassis. So we're happy with that. We're gonna have to get the steering servo on at some point, but I think the next stage, I think we'll get this back end built up. We've got the arms free. We've got all the two drive shafts and the pivots. Screws cleaned up. So I think we'll whiz these drive couplings out and we'll get these cleaned up, and then we'll re-grease everything and start putting it back together. Right, that's the back wishbones built up. A lot freer than it was now. Obviously everything's greased, so diffs, and it is smooth because it's got bearings on. Let's just stick a little bit of grease on this anti-roll bar, either side. Don't need a great deal. Just rub it in with my fingers. And then we'll just clip, there's those pliers, we'll just clip that on in position. I'm not going to use pliers for that. Right, that's the back end all built back up. What a mission that was. I don't know if I'm just having a bad day, but everything just seems so difficult. Anyway, we've greased all the different anti-roll bar ball joints on the wishbones and the bar. As I say, the drive shafts are all done. Diffs nice and smooth. So that's as far as we can go on that back end. So now we need to do the same on the front end. And I hope that goes together a little bit easier. Right, let's crack on. So that's the front wishbones on, and I take it all back. The infamous A5 plastic part is broken. Just couldn't see it. Now it's not snapped, it's just got a crack at either side. So I've been pretty gentle with it, and it'll probably hold for what we're doing. But if you had a bit of a big shunt on the front end, then it'd be a go. It'd be gone. But that's so much better than it was when we started this. So now we will get got the universal drive shafts, and we've got the steering arms to put on. So let's get cracking. Right, that's the front wishbones on. Much better than they were, and everything that's supposed to move moves, and it's reasonably free. On diffs are fine, drive shaft, everything's working. So we've just got this steering to connect up. So this is, I've freed this off, not quite as free as I'd like it, I must admit, but I think it'll ease with the grease. So what's the next? Let's just get this ball joint greased and this one greased. Get it all smudged over. Put some in there. I probably, as you can probably tell, I'm sort of using a lot of extra grease on this. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing, but I just feel like it. I feel like it needs it. Get on. Oh, there you go. Right. Let's just give that a whiz, and this one I'll put a bit more on in the cup. Oops, where's that go? That goes there. Just turn that. Put a bit of grease in there. Turn it back round. God, this is interesting TV, this, isn't it, guys? We're going to struggle to get that on, and I'll tell you why. That's probably not a bad idea, because we've not greased that up. So let's just see if we can snap this on. Oh, damn, that's tight. I'm going to struggle to get that on. Let's see if we can do it with this. Oh, yes, here we go. Give it a quick work that grease around. And now at least we can grease this one properly, because we've not done that. Run out of this Tamiya grease quickly. I don't think I've ever worked on a car like this before. It's probably just obviously how it's been stored, because it's not all in, like, it's different in all areas. Right, there we go. So that's that. Now let's just do this to make this all the way around correct. Whiz that one off. Grease on the ball joint. Move it around. And let's just snap that one back into place. It's great using all this grease, but it gets everywhere. Everything you touch, it's on your bloody fingers. Right, we now have steering. Seems pretty good to me, actually. Does seem pretty good. Yeah, that seems pretty good. They're great. They are really good. So the backs, the anti-roll bars on this one, so it's not. They're both connected where it's not on the front, and we've got some steering. Got some smooth steering at that. Right, I'll have to figure out what the next stage is. I think it's putting the anti-roll bar on the front end. So let's have a... Right, starting to resemble a car again. So as I said, back end's done, and that's the front end complete now. We got the anti-roll bar back on. It fixes through the wishbones, two little clamps that you bolt down here. and then just snap it onto the arm. So that's both of those now working, and steering's way smoother now it's all built up. So I think we're getting close to needing to fit the steering servo, but I think I'm going to leave that for the moment and get the shocks back on it. I think that's the next thing. We'll clean the shocks up and get them mounted back on, and then that's kind of the basic chassis complete. And then because I'm going to have a problem with a servo saver because I don't have a spare, which is going to be an issue, and I don't want to take one off another car. Anyway, I'm going to have to dig through my bits, see what we've got. So let's get working on the shocks. Right, it's time to have a look at the shocks. The shocks are in really good condition, but I'm going to drain them because the rear one feels a bit stiffer than the other. Front seem okay, but I'm going to strip them, clean them, and then I'm going to fill them with Tamiya soft damper oil, and then we'll see how that goes. Right, that's the end of part 2. Doesn't seem to be a lot of progress, does there? 2 videos, but this has definitely turned into a labour of love. I never expected that it'd take so long to do the bits I have done, but that's what this hobby is. So we've got the chassis fully built up now. Obviously everything's intact, everything is super smooth, which I'm really chuffed with. Got the steering slackened off, but yeah, it's just one of those things. You win some, you lose some. The funny thing is that really surprises me about this, when I got the car to feel everything, it just felt absolutely cock on. I honestly thought there wasn't a great deal to do with it, but it just shows you, when you start checking each tiny little bit individually, you find, I mean, it was basically bone dry, and had some bits welded together. Anyway, I'm rattling on. So please stay tuned for part 3, where we'll definitely make a lot more progress on that one, fingers crossed. Thanks for watching, guys, and if you're new to this channel, if you could please consider liking and subscribing, that would be absolutely awesome. Thanks for watching, and happy RCing, guys.